Hello friends, first of all I extend my warm welcome to all of you in this 10 to 15 minutes briefing session followed by topic wise discussions. So looking at whiteboard or the first screen, by now you would have figured out what is it all about, right? So I'm gonna share my knowledge in physics with all of you who are interested, obviously, right? So before I jump to the next two fundamental questions, why and how, let me give my brief introduction quickly and then I'll come to this. So I'm not teacher by profession, but as hobby and passion. Okay? But I do wish to take it up as my career sooner or later. That's my plan. Okay? And I'm born and brought up in North India, and I did my engineering from IIT BHU in electronics and communication engineering, and did my MS and MBA too. Since then, in last 2 decades, 19 years, I have been working with a couple of telecom companies in India and US, and at present I am senior director in one of MNC at Bangalore. Okay, so this is all about me. Now going back to second questions, why? Okay, so I come from school of thoughts that believes creative problem solving. Okay, so what I mean here, I don't do things just for the heck of it, right? Whenever I start any new thing, I try to see, is it gonna solve any problem, right, in society or whatever you are doing, right? And then add my creativity or innovation within that to do it in proper way and most interesting way. Okay, so here too, I mean, I found I realized that there is some gap in today's education system. At present system, there are some gaps, and I want to address them with some new ways, or you can say innovative ways, and blended with my lifetime experiences. Okay, and you can ask, why physics? Why did I choose physics, this subject? Because that's been my favorite subject, and unfortunately quite a few students find it difficult to understand and master it. But I personally believe that to outperform in any area or any subject, you don't have to have a specific talent. You just got to be passionate curiosity. That's all, right? Which is missing, and or we as a youngsters fail to understand what I'm trying to say here, right? So there are ways in understanding things, in teaching. So we'll talk about it more. Okay. Interestingly, I happen to talk to few young students, like my cousins or nephews or my friends' cousins. So they were like in age group where they were 7, 8, 9, right? So I talked to them, how do you feel about science, right? And especially physics, physics, chemistry, and maths, all that, right? So especially on physics, I got response that they like it. I mean, they love it. Actually, they found it so interesting because whatever they study, right, they correlate in their in their environment, right? So they find it very interesting. And then I met another group of people who were like in class 10, 11, right? And the same question, and I got response, yeah, it's good, but somehow they are losing balance on it, right? They like, I mean, they try to ride it, but they are losing balance. That's okay. And then when I spoke to 10 plus 2, or beyond uh, that level of students, right? They are kind of scared, and believe me, they actually started hating this subject, which is bad. So same, similar, I'm not talking about all students. I said quite a few students, right? And there are some exceptional guys. I mean, people are doing good also. I'm not saying that, right? So what is the root cause behind that? I see in current education system we are missing some building blocks, or you can say connecting links, and they somehow they get missed at some level, and down the line you never ever can build the complete house, right? So that's a problem. Okay, so now I come to third question: how? Okay, so whenever I pick up any topic, even in my office for new joiners, I talk about technology, right? So whenever I pick up new topic, I start with ground level 0 and take it up through 3 levels: level 1, level 2, level 3. So same thing, I do it in my hobby classes teaching. So I have contents, I prepare contents with 3 levels. Each slide, or each slide would be marked with level 1, level 2, or level 3. So level 1 would be more relevant for class 7th, 8th, 9th students, okay? And then level 2 would be useful to class 10th and 11th, and level 3 for 10 plus 2, or students who are aspiring for getting admission in top engineering colleges or medical colleges, right? Just to name few: IITs, NITs, and in medical aims, right? PMT, BHUIMS. So that would be the idea. And now my way of teaching generally is that when I start any topic, I list down table of contents and spend and emphasize on that. And the reason is so that you know exactly what I'm going to talk about in coming 1 hour. Okay, and you should imbibe those keywords in your mind, and when I go through a detailed session, you should be able to attach it. Everything you should be able to attach it, right? And after the detailed discussion, I towards end I do a quick revision and list down all takeaways, which you should revise time to time whenever you get chance. So that's how you get confidence, you get you get command on that subject. Okay, and just to give analogy why I am emphasizing on that, the first part reason, like if you take example of a map, right? You driving directions, you drive from Delhi to Kanyakumari, right? You will see a lot of things and you will remember most of them, but you will forget which state, which area, right? And people ask something, you answer something differently, you know a lot more. The problem is you could never ever find out. You were traveling from north to south, and there were 5 states, and each state has this specific thing. And if people ask about some city, you mix it up. That same problem happens with our young students. they immediately jump into the detailed thing, and then they mix up, and they forget what was, the context, right? And and they think like they're answering correct question, but they are giving correct answer, but actually they are answering for something else, right? So that's how I do it. So, and then if I have to take a continued session, so I do a quick recap of the previous thing, and then followed by the same. So by dividing all package in 3 levels, I let you eat which you have not tasted so far, and up to what you can digest. I'm sure you understand what I mean, right? If you are a beginner, I think you should go from level 0, give enough time, try to understand, right, in detail, and then go level 2, level 3. But if you already spent, some time, before to give the basics, and you have some handle, immediately jump to level 3 or level 2. Don't waste your time. Okay, so that was, I assume, when you go along with me in subsequent sessions, you'll come to know a lot more about, techniques, tips, right? But broader level objective would be how to get more out of less. That would be my objective. And what do I mean here? What is less here? Less is your limited time. You have limited time. You have a lot more to study than what you have in your hand, right? And what is more? More is your aspirations or target, which you have set it for yourself, and the guidance of your parents, your elder beloveds, right? And your close friends, who want to see you there to bring a smile on your face and satisfaction in your heart. Okay, and then they derive, that for themselves also. I'm using very carefully the words, less. When I say more, I'm not saying success. Okay, I can spend an hour, to talk about that, right? And I'm saying what you have less is time. I'm not talking about money, because those days are gone when money was a blocker to reach what you want to be. Today there are hundreds of scholarships, and you can see that. But unfortunately, we are seeing, in recent surveys, we are seeing the trend that people are, moving towards dropping ideas. They don't find it easy what they dream about. They don't get it, and they change their path, right? After spending 1 or 2 hours, maybe 1 or 2 years, maybe 4 years, they change their path, which is not good for the country, right? So I hope this session didn't turn out to be more like a philosophy lecture, rather more practical and useful information for your day-to-day life, right? And I want to thank for spending your precious time listening to me. Okay, and see you in my next session on topic light and optics. Thank you.